I don't know if I'm late, but I want to talk about this rapture shit. I've been seeing clips all over social media about this rapture stuff. Clips of the sky turning red, trumpets supposedly sounding in the distance, people crying, all sorts of shit. It's really crazy how fast like shit like this spread. Everybody just look like they in fear. So when the world starts to sell you fear, that's usually a sign that truth is attempting to wake you up. Because the rapture that they quote unquote know about that's happening online that's not what's happening spiritually at all. Everybody just out here trying to predict dates, October 15, next month, whatever the case may be. But honestly, why would the divine creator have a viral date of when he's returning? You got to really stop and think about that. Real prophecy, it don't come from heightened trends. It comes from literal awareness. What most people call the rapture, it might be actually happening, but not the way y'all think it's going to happen. Right now on TikTok, YouTube, all these platforms, people are trying to connect world events, wars, earthquakes, solar eclipse, political chaos to the signs of the end times. In general, the world is chaotic. People feel uncertain, disconnected, powerless. Fear gives people something to hold on to, and to be honest, fear sells. Calm messages don't really get the views, but when it's about fear, that's what's going to strike some attention. That's how spiritual truth gets lost in the noise. Because the more afraid you become, the more susceptible you are to being controlled. The rapture is basically a reflection of consciousness. It's really showing you how easy humanity gets hypnotized by fear instead of actually seeking understanding. So in the Bible, the rapture is described as the moment believers are caught in the sky to meet God, caught up in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. But obviously that's symbolic language. It has nothing to do about no physically floating. Everything has to do with internally, and everything has to do with consciousness. All that's saying is a rise in consciousness. The clouds represent higher awareness, the air represents spirit, and the Lord represents divine truth. The real rapture has nothing to do with physically disappearing. But what if people are already being taken up as far as consciousness? Not physically at all, but mentally, consciously, spiritually, and energetically. People are being resurrected as far as breaking the illusions of the world. Consciousness is rising. Everything is internal. I got to understand, people is waking up everywhere. Like I said, years ago, this would have been taboo. Everything's being questioned. The system's being questioned. That's what the rapture really is. People prevailing past the illusions, the programming. As y'all know, the people that has actually read the Bible speaks in tons of metaphors. The whole separation of the hell and heaven thing is just a separation of consciousness. So let me explain. So in the Bible, it talks about two people being in the field and one being taken up. This is symbolic of two states of consciousness. One person awareness ascends, the other stays grounded in their illusion. One sees behind the illusion, the other one stays blind to it. That's literally it. That's all that the rapture is trying to explain. Let's not act like fear-based prophecy isn't new. For centuries, religions, governments, and media have all used the fear tactic to control the masses. Do this or be punished. Believe this or be left behind. It's really the oldest trick in the book because fear shuts down people's discernment. Common sense ain't so common today. When people get afraid, people throw all reasoning, they throw all common sense out the window. Essentially, they stop thinking and they just start reacting. And when you just react, you become easy to manipulate. So with this whole rapture talk, all it's doing is feeding people the wrong vibration. It's not lifting them up at all. It's just trapping you in a lower frequency. Fear will never prepare you for spiritual ascension. It will only block it. Because the real awakening, right, happens when you choose love, not panic. When you seek literal truth, not trends, you know what I'm saying? When you literally look inward instead of waiting on the sky to split. The real rapture is just an internal event that happens subconsciously in the body. This is your heaven right here. It's literally the separation of those who live in truth and who live in illusions. That's all it is. If you're that aware, you can literally feel what's going on. Some people are naturally vibrating on peace, clarity, and divine connection, while others are stuck in fear, anger, and confusion. We're all in the same world, but it's level degrees to this. We not all on the same frequency. That's why you can look at someone and speak about this, and they look at you totally like you crazy. You're just in two different realities. Consciousness is literally, quite literally splitting timelines right now. And it's not about being chosen or being left behind. It's literally about alignment. And if you are currently waking up, you just choosing truth over fear and illusions. That's what it is. If you're seeking connection over control, you're already rising. You're already being caught up in the clouds. You don't have to physically see the shit with your two eyes. Not above people, but above what? The illusion. I'm going to put it to you this way, right? Every time you break free from an old belief, right? That's a spiritual resurrection. Every time you let go of fear, that's ascension. Every time you realize you're not separate from God, that's the rapture happening within you. You're being born again spiritually. So instead of y'all panicking over trends and TikTok trends, YouTube trends, Instagram trends, y'all need to be asking yourself one very important question. What frequency am I really feeding? Am I feeding fear or am I feeding truth and faith? Because believe it or not, the algorithm is spiritual as well. It reflects what you're reasoning with. Your For You pages should show you exactly what you like, exactly reflection of you. If you don't make that connection, then something's wrong with you. If your whole For You page is chaos, dumb shit that don't matter, you should already know where you vibrating at. It's only a reflection. They gave you a big mirror digitally. But to be honest, that's what physical reality is anyway. But that's your energy talking. You shift your focus and your reality will shift with it. You know what I'm saying? The chaos y'all seeing isn't the end at all. It's literal cleansing. Consciousness is getting an upgrade. Awareness is rising. You can't hit another level without shit falling off in life. We already know this. So relate this back to consciousness. The new world cannot be built without the old illusions falling off first. Think of this as just a snake shedding skin. The illusion is crumbling. The system is crumbling. Consciousness is rising. And people are being called to wake up if it's in you. So right now, all you seeing is humanity remembering who it truly was in the first place, before all the spells, before all the hijacking, before all the illusions, before the whole nine. For me, I always knew that this old world that we're transcending was never where we was from. I never accepted that for life. I always knew something was wrong. That's how I kind of got in my own journey of this. It was always in me. So if it's not in you, I don't know what to tell you. You was a bot, no soul, whatever you want to call it. You wasn't just meant for this. So let me leave y'all with this. You have to stop paying attention to the noise. The noise will always lead you astray. The second you exit your being, you're allowing yourself to be hijacked. You're allowing yourself to be led astray. You are allowing someone else to take the wheel. Just because something is trending or it sound good or sound right, you still have to turn on your brain and your consciousness and your being and make sense of everything that's going on. Because like I said, I just feel like since a lot of people are on a trend, or if somebody says something that a lot of people agree with, everybody want to jump ship and jump on their ship because that's what the collective is thinking. But no, you have to have discernment. This shit is all about discernment and about truly being within yourself at all times. And I'm not saying this shit outside of you is not real at all, but you have to have discernment and you have to know yourself enough to critically analyze situations and go where it feels right to your soul. That's the only thing that should matter. Y'all stop being afraid. The war is already won. We just reliving it. So the next time y'all see a Bob video or some bullshit talking about it's the rapture, it's the end of the world, you just coming back, the sky gonna open tomorrow, whatever the case may be, all I want y'all to do is this. I want you to breathe, smile, laugh at the shit a little bit, and realize that the shift is not happening to you. It's happening within you. We're transforming, and it's happening fast. What a time to be alive. I love all y'all. I'm See.Beyond.Reality. I'm signing out. Y'all have a good one. Yay!